These flight attendants not going back to work.
Well, they say they're going to stay on the ground right now until they get a fair deal, Phil. Actually, we were speaking a minute ago with the national president, Mark Hancock, and he ripped up the return to work order that was in place, and something that Air Canada had been pushing for and did receive through Section 107 with the Federal Jobs Minister, Patty Hajdu, invoking that clause to allow her to have both sides won, end the strike and also lockout that was happening simultaneously. Let's not forget Air Canada did lock out its employees about 30 minutes after they went on strike. But then on top of that, it also had a return to work order from basically from the federal labor body. So thinking with that in mind, we had basically marching orders for these unionized members of the Air Canada flight crews around the world on flights to and from Canada. But Mark Hancock, their union president, ripped up the return to work order. They are yelling right now, shame on you, referring specifically to Air Canada. Also occasionally seeming like undertones for the CEO, Michel Rousseau. But what they have said is ultimately they do not want to be going back up in the air when they have been forced back to work in less time that often people, actually Mark Hancock just said that, in less time than most people spend on hold with Air Canada trying to get a flight rebooked during a winter storm. They say that that is, one, incredibly unfair, but two, egregious in words that they've used. So I can see that our cameraman Simon's right in the center of this demonstration, of the picket line, circling over and over and over again as they yell, shame, shame on you. And they continue to say right now, shame on you. That is one of the most prevalent messages I've heard here this morning already, Phil. Now, as we continue to follow this story and what could be happening between now and 2 p.m., when some of the people here, many of them, of course, are the workers and their friends, well, I should say most of them are workers and the others would be friends or other unionized colleagues that are here in support. But between now and 2 p.m., a lot potentially could happen, but also a lot could not happen. They could stay right here and not get back in the skies by 2 o'clock, as was the expectation that Air Canada had when they had made the announcement earlier today that flight operations would resume at some point this afternoon, and then putting a time of roughly 2 p.m. So we don't know if that's going to happen now, Phil. Everything is, again, pardon the pun here, up in the air. They continue to demonstrate. Now, no boarding pay, no boarding crew. That was one sign that just went by. No contract, no takeoff. It seems that this is not just words on paper. This is a rallying cry. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Andrew Brennan, in the thick of it.